Hello, Bio 130. This will be our second lesson into the reproductive system, where the last lesson covered the major components and body parts of the male and female reproductive systems, whether the external genitalia or the internal genitalia, as well as many of the chemical processes that occur. We will briefly cover some of the diseases, disorders, some of the conditions that can affect the reproductive system. A notable variety that affect the reproductive system includes sexually transmitted diseases, or as they are being referred to nowadays, sexually transmitted infections. STDs or STIs, if you hear either, you can think that they're actually the same thing. Interestingly, now for this class, I will not test you on, say, knowing everything that is on the screen right here. This is more just to give you information on the variety of organisms or sources of infection, as well as how they can affect you. For many STDs, like chlamydia, gonorrhea, or syphilis, those are caused by bacterial agents. Something like trichomonas is produced from a unicellular protozoan organism, and getting away from typical life, microscopic life, there are viral agents to infecting or to transmitting sexually transmitted diseases. Notable examples include human simplex virus, HSV, and human papillomavirus, HPV. Not always, but certain conditions can be cured. These are typically the ones that are caused by organisms that are more easier to actually kill, whether they are bacteria or protozoa. Whereas in the case of viruses, these STDs are less likely to be curable, and the best hope is to actually manage those diseases. Transmission of diseases can include fluid contact, through the distribution of fluid, or even as simple as skin-to-skin contact. Symptoms and long-term effects can vary between different STDs. For bacterial STDs, STD agents like chlamydia and gonorrhea, or the protozoan trichomonas, these can involve discharge of fluids. A human herpes simplex virus can result in painful lesions, whereas human papillomavirus is often actually painless to the body. As far as long-term effects or complications, without treatment, many STDs can lead to worsening conditions. Chlamydia, chlamydia, if not treated, can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease, which can lead to infertility or painful scarring, scarring and chronic pain. Like chlamydia, gonorrhea can also cause pelvic inflammatory disease. Syphilis has horrible symptoms or has horrible effects if not treated. This can be from paralysis, personality changes, blindness, damage to the joints. It varies, but it is amazing how damaging this bacterial agent can be. For the protozoan agent, if untreated, it can be from mild to severe inflammation in the body. HSV, or herpes virus, can cause reoccurring symptoms, whereas HPV, it varies on the type of human papillomavirus. Some types produce genital warts, which may lead to cervical cancer or a variety of other cancers. Now, STDs are the more typically thought of infections, diseases of the human reproductive systems. One that is more a dangerous condition that can occur would be ectopic pregnancy. Essentially, this is a life-threatening condition that can occur when a fertilized egg implants outside of the uterus, more often than not being the fallopian tubes. The uterus is well designed to actually accommodate the growth of cell division that occurs when an egg implants. However, the fallopian tubes are not by any means. If untreated, STDs, STIs can cause scarring of the fallopian tubes, which, due to this scarring, can actually impede the transport of a fertilized egg further down the fallopian tube. Effectively, scarring caused by STDs can cause the fallopian tube to become trapped and then eventually implant into the fallopian tube. If not treated surgically, the egg may develop, leading to rupture of the fallopian tube. Ectopic pregnancies can result in infertility or, even worse, severe infection or death. Symptoms, which are the symptoms of ectopic pregnancy, often are similar to uterine pregnancy or the healthy way of an egg implanting during fertilization or post-fertilization. Some symptoms can include pain in the vagina, the abdomen, as well as the lower back, vaginal bleeding, or other risky conditions such as dizziness, fainting, or even low blood pressure. These two slides were meant to convey that disorders, diseases they do not have to be simply some bacteria or some virus giving you symptoms of an infection, but they can also be structural conditions that hamper the healthy development or function of a biological system, in this case, ectopic pregnancy, being the result of an egg implanting somewhere other than the lining of the uterus. For this week, or for this lesson, simply discuss the lesson material, any insights you have, and if you are aware of any other diseases or disorders that were not discussed in this lesson, you may discuss them in the discussion section or during the discussion activity to make your classmates aware of material not formally introduced. Furthermore, as always, respond to one of your classmates' threads with commenting on the insights that they discussed or your insights from what they wrote. Getting close to the 11.5-minute mark, this concludes lecture material for the reproductive system. We are making great progress, and not gonna lie, I'm actually rambling. This concludes the lesson material for the reproductive system.